Hello and welcome to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, I think it is the fourth race of the season. Kevin Harvick on the pole, his first pole of the year. Qualifying order will be going by on your left. A good qualifying run for Eric Jones there at 9th. We'll see what he can do. A not so good qualifying run for Martin Truex Jr. He'll have to really make some progress to get back to the front, but he's been good all year, so I wouldn't count him out just yet. Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski on the front row, just like Daytona, just in burst. There's your stages for today. The fuel window, 65 laps. This race, 81 in total. They will have to pit. Harvick gets the green flag and right away gets the jump out and clears himself. Brad Keselowski will settle into second, and they're racing for third, 3 wide already into turn 1. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Eric Almirola fighting for that spot. Racing quite hard. It'll settle down to 2 wide. Kyle Busch gets to third. Brad Keselowski making a move for the lead. Gonna make something happen here on Kevin Harvick. Can he clear him off of 4? It looks like it. Moved Brad Keselowski quickly to the lead on lap 1, wasting no time. 2 car to the front. Kevin Harvick would not wait long though before he would get a run himself and try to take it back. Help from Kyle Busch here, pushing that 4 car through the corner and out into the straightaway. Brad just has nothing he can do. He has no help. His teammate chooses not to side with him and goes to the bottom. He'll change his tune on the backstretch here, or front stretch there, but Kevin Harvick will take the lead back and Brad will fall all the way to third. And more 3 wide racing here early. This time it's Christopher Bell, the aggressor, making it almost contact with the 10 car, but gets through there somehow. And to talk about Christopher Bell, having a decent season so far, scoring plenty of points, doing just as well as his JGR teammates in a car that last year could not keep up with the other 3 cars. So Christopher Bell doing a good job in the 20 and running in the top 5 so far here today. Good work there by the not a rookie, sophomore in Christopher Bell. And Ryan Blaney, man, this season has not gone well. He won his duel but has since crashed every single time he's hit the racetrack since. He crashed 3 different times in the Daytona road course, crashed in the 500, crashed at Homestead. Not good, but having a better run today. Someone not off to a flying start. Already 8 laps in, and Truex has gained a staggering 1 position from his qualifying spot in 20th, just making the pass there for 19th. Martin Truex Jr. doesn't really have it today. He'll have to work on that car and try and make it better. We'll see where he's at after the pit stop. Maybe he can make some good adjustments and get somewhere. Looking forward, we'll see that Kevin Harvick continues to lead the race. Brad Keselowski not really able to close the gap and do anything with him. Harvick continues to keep about a 3 car length lead at most. Every now and then Harvick will lose that down to about a car length, but Brad never gets to his bumper, never gets enough of a run to do anything with the 4 car. So Harvick seemingly has a dominant car. Rodney Childers tends to bring good cars to Las Vegas, but the fastest car isn't Kevin Harvick right now, it's Denny Hamlin. He makes the pass for second, putting down the quickest lap times on the racetrack late in stage 1. That car really aging well. The tires, aging like a fine wine. The tires are not wearing out on the 11 car, and he's going faster than everyone else. I mean, that's exactly what Denny Hamlin prides himself on, talking about long run speed. He would get to the 4 car's bumper, but just cannot do anything with him. Gets in that dirty air, you can see how much faster the 4 car is in clean air. Similar problem that Brad was having. He could close to about a car length or to the bumper, but the next corner Harvick would pull it out 2 or 3 car lengths in clean air. Hamlin just stuck behind the 4 car. And that would be the story. Brad eventually would get past, but still couldn't do anything with the 4 car of Kevin Harvick. Harvick will take stage 1 here in Las Vegas. I believe that is his first stage 1 of the season, but I could be wrong. That would bring everyone down for pit stops. And when I mean everybody, not like last week, literally everyone comes, but there is one altered strategy. You saw the left side tires only for Bubba Wallace. He wins the race off pit road, and he will have the lead on the restart. Be interesting to see what left sides will do for the 23. Usually left sides make an ill-handling race car, and I don't know how it will work, but it's worth a shot. Get good track position and see what you can do with it. It worked for guys like Austin Dillon and Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch at this racetrack last year, so On the restart, Bubba through turn 1 okay, but Brad Keselowski just is faster. Car handles better, and he goes right by, and the 23 stuck on the high side and going backwards. Already back to third, Harvick looking for fourth, put him back to fourth, and he would continue to slide and stabilize about where he was running, really. And look who's joined the party. Martin Truex Jr. talking about making adjustments. He ran 19th to 18th that whole stage, came down, made adjustments, had a good pit stop, and all of a sudden, look who's in the top 10 running fast laps. Martin Truex Jr. is not out of this one yet. Kevin Harvick was the leader at the end of the stage, but in the shuffle with Bubba Wallace in the lead, Harvick could not really do well in traffic. Brad Keselowski took the lead. Hamlin to second. Hamlin closing on Keselowski here. He's going to try and make a move. You see, just breathing all over Keselowski down the straightaway. And finally get to that left rear quarter panel. Denny Hamlin going to look for it. Harvick behind looking for third. And Hamlin not quite able to have the momentum, but he should be able to stall out the 2 car. Just Brad cannot quite get clear of the 11, and that might be his issue going into the high side on 1. There's just no grip up there, and Hamlin powers by on the bottom. Brad might lose that spot to Harvick as well. But Denny Hamlin to the lead. Has not won yet this year, having a good season though. Kurt Busch, another guy having a good run and a good season so far. Just usually stays out of trouble and almost won a stage last week, but very good at this race last year. Played some strategy with a decent car and managed to find himself in victory lane. And here he is once again running well at his home track. Denny Hamlin would continue to lead till Harvick. I mean, you can see how big of a run the 4 car has. And he's going to turn to the bottom. Denny, the same issue that Brad has, just no grip up top. And Harvick down there on the bottom just turns so much better than the 11. This track has a tendency to get dusty. I guess you could imagine that could be the problem with the high side right now. Kevin Harvick would find himself in the same trouble. Brad making a charge at Harvick there with 1 to go in the stage and not quite getting it done. Harvick closes his door. A little bit aggressive. Brad was there. That could have been a wreck, but Brad backed out. Gets a big run, and he's going to go to the inside in turn 3. Brad draws alongside. Harvick just cannot get through the corner on the high side. Gonna have the run off the top, but can Brad hold him? Coming to the stage finish, and Brad Keselowski takes stage 2 by just a nose. What a finish there. It's Harvick just choked it away. Nothing more to say. Brad by just a nose there. Harvick knows how important those stage points are. He missed the final 4 by 1 point. If that happens again, you'll have to know he'll be thinking to Las Vegas where he choked away a stage point by in 1 corner there at the end. Brad a little better, but still. That gives Brad the lead. No pit stops here. They come down to take the green. And we'll see what Brad can do with his track position. Harvick still got to be kicking himself, but we'll see if he can get back by the 2 car. The 4 just a little bit faster than everybody else. These 2 are the class of the field though. And Harvick wouldn't wait long. Right away, getting the opportunity, getting the run, and he's going to turn under Brad Keselowski. No pressure out back. These 2 can race amongst themselves. Alex Bowman challenging Kyle Busch for 3rd. And they're still side by side down the front stretch. Harvick leads that lap. We'll see if Brad can hold on the high side. He cannot. That'll open the door for Bowman to look for 3rd. Brad has the run off the top though. That's going to make the challenge for the 48 not really worthwhile. Brad would once again have another run just a little bit later, and now it's Brad on the bottom, Harvick on the top. Can Harvick hold on the high side? So far, no one's been able to do it, but Harvick changes that. Harvick able to stay right on that right rear quarter panel, make something happen. Brad Keselowski still has the advantage, has the bottom groove, but Harvick is doing a good job pinching him down and making it difficult. Harvick once again right on that right rear quarter panel. Lost about a car length in the corner, but hangs right there. And finally, with Brad having the 48 right on his bumper, that seems to have cost him a little bit. And now Harvick has the run down the backstretch from the top and about a half a car length advantage. If he can pull it off in 4, the 48 decides to side with the 4 car. He's going to follow him through on the top side. The 4 is clear. Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman racing for 3rd there. And these 2 will continue to race. every time you think this battle is going to calm down, another move gets made. And they're racing so hard for third amongst Bowman, Blaney, and Hamlin that they can race amongst themselves without worrying about losing momentum. And Harvick leads at the line this time from the high side, but Keselowski will look to challenge still in turn 1 this time. He's going to get it. Harvick falls into the clutches of Blaney, but drives away from him there. And this time, Keselowski is the one that settles into the lead. And when they aren't battling, this is about 3 or 4 laps later, you can see they're gaining 0.2 a lap on the pack that's racing for third. These cars are seriously the class of the field, so much better than everyone else, but as they race amongst themselves, it does let them let the other guys close in. Harvick, the challenger this time, going to try and make a move on the bottom. See if he can make it work. Keselowski, that high side starting to work as the run goes on. The 2 is sort of able to hang in there on the top, and the 4 car pinched to the bottom just cannot keep the momentum up. Brad Keselowski once again, just look at the run he's able to get off the high side, and Harvick really can't hang with that. Keselowski can close the door here if he wants to, and he will. He's going to take it back to the bottom, and Harvick not able to get the job done. Looking into this race here for third, Martin Truex Jr. will go by Eric Almirola. Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney there. Almirola really kind of struggling here, but Truex started this race struggling so much, and he's already found his way to third. He could be a threat to win if Keselowski has trouble with lap traffic, and there it is. You see it on the onboard. He's approaching lap traffic. Corey LaJoie will be the first car he meets. There is a much bigger pack on the horizon as well. Lap traffic has been a common theme this year, and once again, it looks like it's gonna play a role in this race. You have to get through lap traffic well to be able to win. Keselowski did it last week at Homestead. He's gonna have to, once again, get through traffic perfectly here. Kevin Harvick did not have as good of a run, caught both cars in the middle of the corner. Both of them were out of the way on the high side, but still had to modify his exit. Keselowski caught them perfect, so Keselowski gains a lot of time there. Harvick would close it back, but catching them awful was the 19. You can see he caught the 66 in the preferred groove. Awful run here. And Brad Keselowski, contact with the 78, the 2 all the way down, left side's on the apron. That lets Harvick close. You can see it there as you ride along. That was sketchy, almost a wreck to take out the 2 car. But BJ McLeod takes evasive action. I guess he didn't think the 2 would dive bomb him that hard there in the corner. But that was nearly chaos. Brad Keselowski gets through, maintains the lead, but Harvick is now close enough to challenge after that mistake from not really Keselowski, but PJ McLeod closing the door a little too soon. Keslo would get creative here though, using the high side, the line no one else has wanted to touch. Keselowski goes to the high side, elevator move back down to the bottom, and puts about 5 car lengths on the 4 car in half a lap. The 2 just absolutely the best car here. We're coming to 3 to go it looks like here, and no one can touch Brad Keselowski so far. The only car that's close on speed is Alex Bowman, putting up good lap times, but traffic will be the end of it. Alex Bowman as always seems to be too little too late at Las Vegas, both races last year, charging late with bad cautions when he was close to the lead or leading in the case of the fall race, and once again, he's there. He has a very fast car, but it's too little too late. The white flag is out. Brad Keselowski has a pretty handy lead. He just needs to negotiate 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and back to the checkered flag to win this race and take his 2nd consecutive victory this year. Really, I think we saw something similar last year, where the floodgates opened for the 2 car sort of early in the season. He won, I think it was 2 or 3 consecutive races, and here he is again. The momentum continues for Brad Keselowski. He'll come around and take the checkered flag. He'll win in Las Vegas, continuing Penske's dominant streak in the spring race here. Joey Logano's won the last 2. Brad takes this one. 50 laps led on the year, not the most. Martin Truex Jr. holds that title, but 44 of those today. While it's his 2nd win, it's certainly his first sort of dominant win. And we'll take a look at the points now. Brad Keselowski sitting atop the standings, the new points leader with 11 bonus points there, and a couple guys who put themselves in safety. Denny Hamlin, Eric Almirola, now 1 race over the cut sort of solidifying themselves as good points getters and having solid results, but not winning yet. Austin Dillon continues to have a very solid season, running just outside the top 10 on the track and resulting in an 11th place points finish. And the biggest surprise has to be Daniel Suarez. A lot of people expected that car to be a second sort of Germain car and struggle to be in the top 30 in points, but he's running 14th in points. Have to see if he can keep up the positive momentum. Blaney, Bowman, their first time in the top 20 this year, having great runs today, and that will be it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.